In this video, Kaizer Chiefs show no interest in signing Kodisang, Baxter calls us online pundits not knowledgeable, and Kaizer Chiefs are in to sign 2 players. Welcome back to Afrik Football, guys. We drop 2 weekly videos, so remember to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Baxter has come out and stated, "I do not need to speak or listen to the opinions of some people that make a profession out of going online and commenting about things that they do not really have the deepest knowledge about." These words come after Coach Baxter has received immense criticism online for the way the team has been playing and the way the team has been performing. Seeing that they have 2 games in hand and 18 points to catch up with Mamelodi Sundowns, who are at the summit of the table, we don't know. Okay, so the basic question I'm going to ask and tell you the fans right now is that, as online pundits, is that, are we being technically severely unfair to Baxter, seeing that this is his 2nd stint and we're already out of the Nedbank Cup and we're 18 points behind the log leaders? Do you think we, the online pundits, are being unfair? Do you think you, the fans as well, who've been writing on Twitter, are being unfair? If most of you attended that space that happened last week, you noticed that the club is trying to engage the people, but if the coach who's at the helm of the club states that he does not want to listen to criticisms of a fan online and he says that we're not knowledgeable about the game, do you think it's being fair to us? So, as Afrik Football, we've taken this stance that we will let the coach do his job and let him silence us with the results, or else we'll continue critiquing him. And as we know, too many cooks spoil the broth. So, technically, we're still going to be criticizing, we're still going to call a couple of management decisions very useless, and we're going to be hoping that the club may hear our cries and be able to bring us back to the glory days, so that Kaizer Chiefs might be able to fight for trophies and not just be a passenger in the DStv Premiership each and every season. So what are your thoughts on this matter? Let us know in the comments below. And moving on to our next story. Father Bafana Olympic star Kodisang is on his way out of Braga B. Ultimately, his agent has stated that this player is looking for a move out of that club and maybe might be wanting to go in another European club or might want to come to South Africa. So ultimately, this season for Braga B, Kodisang has scored 10 goals out of 24 appearances, which is a very good statistic for the youngster. So it's surprising after his heroics at the Olympics that none of the clubs in South Africa have actually approached him and want him on their books. Ultimately, at Afrik Football here, we think that he could be a very good replacement for Nerkovic, whose contract ends in June of this year. Actually, sorry, July of this year. What do you think about this player? Do you think this star might make an impact if he came to Kaizer Chiefs? I don't understand why Kaizer Chiefs isn't actively trying to engage this player. So the biggest thing we've noticed from Kaizer Chiefs and the transfer staff is that once a big team like Mamelodi Sundowns, yes, a big team currently, like Mamelodi Sundowns approaches this player, Kaizer Chiefs will start to scramble for this player. But again, we've noted one thing. Some agents actually tip that their players will be going to Kaizer Chiefs for the sole reason that their value may go up. We think that is a tactic that some agents use in the Premier League, and I've seen it as a tactic that players are using in the DStv Premiership as a way to get their players to have more value once they're associated with Kaizer Chiefs. Ultimately, actually I remembered one thing. It is 16 goals that he has in 24 games this season, not 10 as I mentioned earlier. So ultimately, the biggest question we have for everyone here is, do you think Kodisang will be a very good signing for Kaizer Chiefs if they actually decide to pursue him? Or do you think they're just making excuses to not sign some young, fresh talent who is 23 years old and is an Olympic star in the South African football space? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this content, remember to like and subscribe, because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And let's move on to the next story. SuperSport United CEO Stan Matthews has simply come out and stated that Sipho Mbule would never play for Mamelodi Sundowns and he is suspended. Ultimately, what this means is that this player is going to leave the club at the end of the 2022 season of June 2022. Further in the news, it's been stated that Mamelodi Sundowns has made an official inquiry into Sipho Mbule, and Kaizer Chiefs has shown much interest in Sipho Mbule but have not yet approached the player. So the biggest question we have here is this going to be another case where Mamelodi Sundowns gets the player that they want because Kaizer Chiefs' staff is sleeping, as we called them in the previous video, that they are useless and they see these players moving around up until Mamelodi Sundowns shows so much interest. So when Kaizer Chiefs is going to show their emphasis and say, we want this player to be in our books, then they'll start playing catch up to Mamelodi Sundowns, who would have already made a very good offer for the player. Sipho Mbule has been described by his former coach, Mr. Tembo, as a great player in the South African scene and is a great talent that he's never seen before in the coaching space. Ultimately, what we have to ask is Kaizer Chiefs not going to inquire into this player quite early? And seeing that he's already in bad books with the CEO of SuperSport United, we believe Kaizer Chiefs might actually approach the player right now and get him to sign a pre-contract before the transfer window actually opens. Secondly, Kaizer Chiefs is looking for a Cameroonian striker from the team Chippa United. This Cameroonian player is none other than Bondenu Evra Nga of Chippa United. With 10 goals in 23 games, we believe this player is a very good star and only ranking as the third highest top scorer in the league, only behind Victor Lesualo and Peter Shalulile. We believe Kaizer Chiefs is in pole position to sign this player. Kaizer Chiefs is looking to take this player and replace him for Nurkovic, because Nurkovic's contract is ending in July of this year, and it's something that Kaizer Chiefs is looking ahead, and we are actually happy that they're doing that. And this player has had lots of experience, starting from being in the Portuguese league and now playing the DStv Premiership since 2020. For a player of his stature, we believe he'll be a very good addition because of his speed and the pace and his thinking when he's up in front of the goal. So ultimately, we have to ask you fans, would you want this player to be signed in Kaizer Chiefs? And do you think Kaizer Chiefs might actually persuade this player to sign for them? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Afrik Football. We'll try to give you more content as we're trying to get back. We've just had a busy work schedule, and see you in the next one.